What's poppin' YouTube? It's your boy Jolin and we back at it with another video. But before we get into the topic, make sure you hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit that like button, and make sure you leave me a little comment because you already know we in here getting to it. You feel me? Now, this next topic is one that I'm excited about and I'm real kind of interested about, so I decided to make a video about it. Now, you know, and I know, a couple weeks ago we got the announcement that the Clipse is finally about to drop another project. Now, I've been waiting like 16 years for this. Now, me back in the day, I'm not gonna lie, back in like, I think it was 2002, that's when they first came out. They put that Lower Willin' out, and off top, that Grinding was a hit, you know? I was listening to it back in high school, you know what I mean? So when I heard that the Clipse was finally about to put out another project, I couldn't wait till it came out, but it's getting a little bit of publicity out there. I'm not gonna lie to you, you feel me? So far, they only put out 2 songs from it, you know what I mean? But the video that they just put out, oh yeah, Tip, it got the people talking. It got the people talking. Now, I listened to the song. It's called So Be It. It's a dope video, dope concept. I really like the shots, and all in all, I was happy that the Clipse finally is putting out some music, you know what I mean? Of course, they got Pharrell behind the scenes on them beats, you know what I mean? So when the people was listening to it, we vibing and everything, and we noticed there was some shots taken. There was some shots taken on the record, and it got people talking like, what's going on? You know what I mean? He was talking about Travis Scott. I know that's a lot of your mans. You buying the shoes, you listening to that Rage stuff, and Pusha T, he got a problem with him. You feel me? He basically addresses, you know what I mean? His bitch got her lip gloss line and he don't really need him, you know what I mean? And he's talking about, you feel me, basically him crying on him, him dying on him, all of that stuff right there. And we basically like, Pusha, what's going on? We know that you putting out a new album, and you know how rappers be when they about to put out an album. They usually go out and they try to start dissing people and basically, you know, trying to get their name back in the feed, especially if it's an older rapper like Pusha T and Malice. Like I said, they was in the game back in 2002, so these ain't no young niggas. These niggas are actually old, you know what I mean? So they trying to get some publicity. And you know, last time when Pusha was, you know, about to put his album out, you know who he went after? He went after Drake, you know what I mean? And that's basically when he exposed Drake was having a kid, and it really did happen. So this time he's coming after Travis Scott, but I ended up seeing, you know, an interview with Pusha, and he basically explained what was going on, and he's basically said, look, we was out in Paris for Fashion Week. We had a studio for the album. You know, Travis tried to basically come around, you know, showboating. You know, Travis Scott, real mysterious ass nigga. He ain't gonna look you in the eye, you feel me? And basically he showed up to one of the studio sessions at the Louis Vuitton headquarters, because y'all know Pharrell, he's cooking all of the beats for the Clipse. This is basically his group, you know what I mean? So Travis Scott basically shows up to the Louis headquarters where they're recording the new album at, and he basically is just like, hey, I want y'all to check out this Utopia. I want y'all to check it out. So, you know, Pharrell's like, okay, put the tracks in. He's running all the tracks, dude. Yeah, everything sound cool. They in there like, nigga, congratulations on the new album. It sound tight. And then a few weeks later, after they leave the studio, Travis leave the studio, he end up hearing that meltdown verse from Drake that's on the album. I know y'all remember the Drake talking about I melt down the chains I got from your boss type shit. Y'all know who the boss of the Clipse is, right? Real. That was the same nigga. Travis was in the, you feel me? I'm pulling up to the studio session unannounced. Pusha T basically was like, nigga, we didn't even want you at the studio session. We looking at like, hey, whose man is this, basically? You know what I mean? Everybody think Travis is up there, but sometimes niggas is like, hey man, I'm doing my thing. So Pusha T basically was like, I didn't like that Travis Scott put that motherfucking verse on there after you was just in the studio shaking hands with my bro. You feel me? My OG right here. And then you gonna put something like that on there, and we didn't forget how you was bumping all them other songs that was dissing them. You know what I mean? So like, I'm just like, what do we think? Do we think that Pusha T is trying to promote the album, or do we think that, you know what I mean, Travis Scott is actually in the wrong? Because we did hear that man promoting that songs out there that was putting a little shade on the camp. You know what I mean? We can't act like he ain't been up there doing that. But I'm just like, you know, Travis is gonna be Travis. Like I said, he gonna be a mysterious dude. You know what I mean? He don't want to look at the camera. He don't want to look you in the eye. And Pusha T was basically like, I don't like that he always pushing the narrative and, you know, people, but he's not really a rapper. He's not really a rapper. And if you listen to Travis Scott's songs, come on, man. You know what he mean when Pusha T say, hey, little nigga, you ain't a rapper. You don't have bars. You getting on there saying some type stuff like that, and you put a little bit of harmonic tone in your voice and straight up and all of that, and you get a lot of views and you got some money behind you, but you're not a real rapper. I'm not gonna act like I don't like some of Travis Scott's songs. So before y'all get in my comments talk about you hating on it, old head, you hating on it, I'm not hating on it because I listen to Travis Scott. I'm not gonna lie, but I was a Clipse fan first, and I know what he mean when I say, hey man, you need to, like, you're not a real rapper. You doing that new school stuff. I know y'all probably seen the video where the lady was like, if you 35, 36 and up, make sure you keep rapping because these new niggas don't really know. And I'm not gonna act like I don't be listening to some of the newer niggas, but at the same time, I'm still listening to my old niggas and I expect to have them bars on it. I'm not jumping in the motherfucking mosh pit, so maybe that shit just ain't for me. Like I said, I like the Meltdown song. I'm not on either side, but I would say, hey man, that nigga Travis Scott is not about to reply to no motherfucking Pusha T. You ain't never heard the nigga Travis Scott make a diss song really like that. Am I wrong? Let me know in the comment section if I'm wrong. Is Travis Scott known for, you know, responding to niggas, or is this gonna go swept under the rug? You know what I mean? But all in all, like I said, I'm just like, is Pusha T really, you know, coming at Travis Scott because his album is coming out, or is because, you know, he really has something to say about it? Let me know in the comment section. Is he digging for the clout, or is he actually got a point here? Would you diss him, or would you let the shit slide? But all in all, I'm about to get out of here, so make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, make sure y'all hit that like button, and let me know in the comment section if you're gonna be listening to that new Clipse. Until next time, you already know what it is and you know who it is. It's Jolin, it's Varsity. Peace.